So the presentation is about wash data collection, indicator standardization, M&E practices. Sure, the topic is much wider than we can cover just in a few minutes, but I will try to share our experience and the specific case study that we had in Zambia. So I will skip some of the slides just to save time. So a few words about our company. So we established in 1997. So within these 27 years, we created successfully and delivered more than 300 projects to governments and NGOs. Now running 5 offices worldwide and have more than 200 employees. So our solutions are in different sectors like in justice, monitoring, evaluation, and so on. But in this specific presentation, we will focus only on 2 of the solutions, which are in wash sector. The first of them is water regulatory management system. And as you can guess from the name, it's mainly targeting water regulatory boards. So automating and digitalizing the processes that they are running. Particularly, I mean like providing licenses, managing tariff process, how the complaints are being handled, inspections done, so all their internal processes for water regulatory boards. Like a successful case that we just finished and is going live is for Kenya. And the second one is wash management information system, which is designed to support all the interventions, I mean programs, projects, activities that are running on sanitation sector. By sanitation, we can understand it in even wider scope, just including the hygiene, water, and all the relevant things. Okay, and today's presentation for Zambia will be specifically for this case. So, as I mentioned it, we're today going to talk about our experience in Lusaka. Actually, with the help of World Bank, a huge program started there years ago, which was called Lusaka Sanitation Program. And the goal was, let's read it, improve the sanitation conditions and infrastructure in Lusaka with the aim of enhancing public health, environmental sustainability, and overall quality of life for the city residents. Sounds a bit maybe too ambitious, yeah? So for sure this goal could not be achieved by any single institution locally. I mean, that cannot be done only by Ministry of Health or only Lusaka City Council or anyone else. So there was, I think, simple but great idea to bring all of participants to the same table. So the idea was to create one system where all stakeholders will have access and they will manage their own data using that system. And we will see a bit later what are the benefits of that solution. So as a result, Lusaka sanitation system has been created as an initial scope of the program, which was about tracking all projects that are being implemented in the sector, regardless who is financing, who is implementing. The whole sector implementation framework, let's say, call it in that way, was being captured in this system. And sure, the results framework, because the implementation framework is showing what we are doing, but the results framework is showing what we want to achieve. Okay, so that is, in many cases, it's even more important than the implementation framework, but they should be in line together. And for this case, the results framework was also linked to the national strategy, which is called in Zambia Vision 2030, where they have their national pillars and goals. So the sanitation results framework was linked to that one. Okay, sure, the system also had analytical tools, so you can generate some reports, interactive dashboards to present all collected data. Otherwise, the data scope is becoming too big and hardly manageable. That's why you need this analytical components. Then later on, after the system was live, I mean Lusaka sanitation system, after it go live, a new model was being created based on their needs and requirements to have on-site sanitation system. By the way, currently the system has nearly 30,000 toilets already registered there. So it is managing the database of toilets, customers, but let's say from A to Z. I mean, starting from ground analysis when the customer is requesting to build a toilet there, Then continuing with construction process, payments, FSM, FSTP. So whole the cycle is included in that in this module. So this is a structural view of the results framework that M&E experts, like our M&E experts, together with local M&E experts, created for Lusaka sanitation sector. So as you can see, it has 4 levels like goals, objectives, outcome, and output. But sure, this is not something that you can say it's mandatory to have 4 levels. We had a lot of cases when people prefer to have more detail, which is completely fine. And from the colors and the legend in the right, you can see that all stakeholders, all institutions were participating in the process. So the colors, that's why are different. Like Ministry of Health are inputting, injecting, let's say, in the framework their own goals and objectives. The others are adding their own one. And at the end, we had one comprehensive big framework, which is now running about 1,000, more than even 1,000 indicators. When I'm saying indicators, let's be clear there, it's not only high-level KPIs. It can be, even the big part are just output indicators. For example, number of water samples collected, how many you have collected. Just starting from the very simple indicators up to high-level KPIs. Okay, this is a structural view of implementation framework, how they structure the works that they are doing. Like programs, projects, activities, and tasks. And I think this was one of the, again, right decisions to link those frameworks, because we faced the situations when M&E experts are working like individually, separately, just reporting data for their indicators, kind of dislink it from the actual works that are happening on the field, let's say. So for this case, if I already brought an example of water sample collecting, that is a good idea, a good sample, let's say, to see here. As you can clearly see, the collecting water samples is somebody's task. So it is assigned to someone. So as soon as that person is reporting for that indicator, for that value, the data automatically should go to results framework. So this provides us a possibility to do not ask different people to enter the same information. The formulas are there, it's automatically being calculated, and the data should be entered only once. This is helping to keep the data clean and up to date. Okay, I will skip some of the slides. This is just a sample dashboard to show that after you have collected that huge data, as it's clear, as I mentioned it, we had there more than 1,000 indicators, so you can understand, and all that indicators regularly are reporting data, how the huge the data is. So the analytical tools, I can say, are must there. There's no way to go without them. The reports can be either graphical charts, different type of charts. By the way, you can see the indicators number that they were there at that moment when we took this screenshot months ago. Also GIS analysis, because wherever, let's say, whatever option that you will investigate in wash sector, you will end up with GIS. That's why it is, again, a must. This is here just a very, very simple, basic, let's say, example, presenting that you can generate, let's say, layers, map layers based on the measures that you will pick. It can be any kind of measures. It can be a specific indicator. It can be budget-related data. So any measurable value that you will have in the system, you can plot on the map and see how the situation is in the specific district, province, or a specific location. Okay. So what are the key, let's say, benefits? I grouped them into 2 separate groups. One of them is have up-to-date data, up-to-date and accurate data. Okay, so whenever the data, as I mentioned, it is being entered, it should flow to all other parts of the system, make sure that they are up to date at the moment in a real time, and the data is correct. So we should affect, let's say, we should kind of have a situation when the same data should not be managed by different people. This is bringing a lot of data inaccuracy. And the second one is improved decision making. This is mainly for decision makers. When they have all that data on their table, showing in the graphs and the GIS, so they see the clear situation. This is again something that in many cases decision makers may fail in their decisions because of lack of correct information. That's why I'll group them as a second main benefit of the system, of having system, I mean. Thank you. These are our contacts. In case you will be interested in discussing any topic more detailed, just let us know.